Hey, Brian, it's officially episode 5 of Salty Language. We are recording.
We sure are, Tony.
That's right, Brian.
For those not in the know, I'm Brian Stewart.
And I'm Tony High.
And together we are...
Assholes?
Yeah. We're definitely not wild stallions.
No, we certainly are not. If only.
Yeah.
I play guitar just as well, though.
Yeah, I do too.
Yes,
I could prove... Oh, no, I don't have my guitar here anymore.
Oh, that
Otherwise, I could prove it.
Dude, that'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
Plug that thing right in.
Yeah, it would sound like someone whipping a cat against the screen door.
Which is one of the greatest noises ever.
Might be.
Yes.
Just so everyone knows, no animals were harmed in the making of this podcast. Yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. We're very animal friendly.
Sometimes.
True.
I've been
Until it comes to food. We're not so much animal friendly with our
Well,
food.
no. If they're delicious, they're gone.
Even if they're not.
Yeah, you're probably right. I've had plenty of non-delicious animals.
Or some that should have been delicious that
That's
didn't deliver.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
sure.
that's what I mean.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Abso-smurfly. Nah, probably not. I don't want to go down that road.
No.
Shh, we're not talking about that.
Talking about what? Exactly.
Yep.
Those blue freaks of nature.
Shh, we're not talking about that, remember?
More childhood rape.
I think
Of
you had
our
a
childhood.
Oh, I was like, I think you're
I'm not
misremembering
talking about
our childhood.
actual children.
Oh, all right. I'd hope not, because...
I'm talking about our own personal childhood.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, you know what's really funny? I was watching the new Thundercats cartoon.
Still haven't watched it.
Right, the other night, and as I'm fast-forwarding through the commercials, on the DVR, there was a commercial in there for Smurf toys.
Right.
For a Transformers toys. And I'm sitting there, and I looked at Jen, and I was like, if there was a G.I. Joe commercial in here, too, this would literally be my childhood.
It's like time travel,
He-Man.
isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. It blew my mind how I'm sitting there watching all these things that are, absolutely from our childhood.
Oh, well, that's, it comes back to the whole, there's no new ideas anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
know?
That's true.
I mean, every movie's either a remake or it's based off a comic that's usually a remake of a classic story anyway.
Yeah,
so
true.
I love comics.
Right, or a slight spin on some classic story. Or
Yeah, there's nothing new anymore.
It's tough. It's
You know?
tough. I actually think, who was it? I want to say it was Ed Brubaker, the comic book writer.
Right.
I want to say it was him on Twitter one day that he was giving out tips to people who wanted to write like crime noir stories.
Right.
And he was basically telling people, he's like, there are no such things as fresh crime noir stories. He's like, I've read a ton of them doing research and all this. He's like, what you have to do is, he's like, you read all of them you can. He's like, and then you basically figure out what you like and write your story in that vein, basically.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's, and I was like, that's an interesting way of looking at things.
Right.
Because it is kind of sad to be a creative person and then go basically, I can't come up with anything new,
Well, yeah. You might as well, get them creative juices flowing somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Get the poison out, if you will.
Yeah, well,
That's
what a lot of artists create from is pain.
Pain.
Or perceived pain.
Right. Yeah.
Whatever.
I don't know.
Yeah. What was me? I'm going to write poetry and, draw crazy demonic things.
Damn you and your emo-ness. Gonna have my hair in front of my one eye, man.
Leave me alone, dude.
So
I can only
the
grow
world
that
knows
one
my
out that long.
pain. Boy, speaking of emo, driving through the majestic campus of the University of Toledo
It is majestic.
earlier in the week, I saw some gothic chick. She needs to eat a sandwich. Looked like a living skeleton with a black wig on.
So it's basically like Jack Skellington with a wig.
Dude, it was creepy.
Did you yell out and say, hey, Sally, Jack's looking for you?
I didn't want to yell because I thought my sound waves would shatter her bones.
Nice. That actually would have been, if you ever consider that, get the phone out and get get that.
That's true.
recorded.
YouTube sensation. Here I come.
Because who wouldn't want to see that?
No, exactly. Most of my, normally I'm master of the 8 views on my videos.
Exactly. Yes. You are rocking it.
Hell yeah.
It's too bad you can't set up a premium account.
I should.
You can make, what, 40
When's Twitter
cents?
going to verify me?
Yeah,
I'm here.
I know. I've looked into trying to get verified just because I thought it would be humorous. Then I'm a
agree.
schlub and get verified. It's like I can provide them with anything they need.
The problem is you're not big enough of a schlub.
It's true. I'm not.
You know?
Yeah, oddly enough, it is interesting how things have completely gone backwards in that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It used to be that if you were a schlub, no one gave a crap who you were. Now, if you're a schlub, everybody gives a crap who you are.
Yep. Amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, we're doing something wrong.
Apparently.
How the hell? We don't have a TV show.
Nope.
Real quick, did you see today Kevin Smith's Secret Stash show got picked up by AMC?
No, I did not see
It's going to run, I don't remember if it's before or after Walking Dead, I guess.
Oh, that's a good time slot to be in.
I agree.
Either way.
Yeah. I'm in because it's supposed his description of it is it's kind of like Pawn Stars at a comic shop.
Oh.
And
wait. Is every, like, when there's commercials and you get the people popping up at the bottom, is it going to be like Pawn Stars with Kevin Smith and everyone else with their arms crossed,
I
looking
hope so.
tough with sunglasses on?
You know, it might be, considering it won't be Kevin Smith probably because I don't think he's going to really be on the show. I think it's going to be like, Brian Johnson,
boo.
Walt, Flanagan, and the people. There's another guy, Mike or something, that works there. I think they're going to be the main people.
Right.
Even though Brian doesn't work there. He just walks in and scares people looking like Alan Moore. If you don't know who Alan Moore is, he's a comic book writer who has a giant... Well, he looks like, what's his name from the Harry Potter movies, except skinnier. The dude with the giant beard.
I'm not very good at Harry Potter or anything.
Fair enough.
Yes.
You worked at a video store long enough. Did no one put one in when you worked there?
Nope.
Oh, lucky you. Ugh.
Or if they did, I blocked it out like a rape.
I see. So much like in one of our earlier episodes, it's my job to find that rape and unsuppress it.
Yes.
It's like I'm a therapist, except it's not so much that I'm a therapist. I just like seeing you in pain.
Well, tears of fun.
Right. It's true.
Which...
Nothing's funnier than a clown getting raped.
Exactly. It gets pain everywhere.
Yeah.
The noise is squeaking against the couch. It's hilarious.
Oh, that's not right. Afterwards, you yanking out the long cloth, and you're like, clean yourself up.
Get back in your tiny car with your 80 friends and get the fuck out of here.
I like it.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I'm at the grocery store the other day.
Yes.
And I'm walking down this aisle, and towards the end of the aisle, there's a woman in one of those electric wheel, the electric chairs.
Rascals?
Yeah. No, not one of those, but the electric carts that they have at the
the
grocery
Kroger
store.
provided electric carts.
Yes.
Okay.
So there's that, and there's some guy with her that's like, he's reading off the packages of chips to her, reading the calories and all this stuff to her.
Right.
So, no big deal. I grab what I need. And what I need on the next aisle over is right around the corner. And the way the Kroger on Monroe Street is, it's like their aisles are full-length aisles.
Yeah, they're like 8 miles long.
Yeah, whereas the one we normally go to over here, they're cut in half, basically.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't have been a big deal there. I'd have just whatever, and I'd have just turned around. Well, so I'm walking that way, and I'm like, excuse me. And the woman looks at me and goes, we'll be done in a few minutes.
What?
And and there was a guy behind her, too, in this cart, and I think he was kind of like, him and I kind of looked at each other, and we're both like,
really?
Right? So I stood there for another minute, and I was kind of like, really? And then they just went back to what they were doing.
Wow, I would be flaming pissed.
Well, and what's humorous is normally any situation that I would find myself in with someone in an electric chair like that, I'm probably...
If only it was an electric
yeah,
chair.
Right. It's like, I'm generally going to be the asshole in that situation, not them.
Right.
And I'm sitting there going, wow. And the real asshole to me was the guy that was with her, because all he had to do was step aside, and I could have got through no problem.
Or started relentlessly punching her in the face.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I turn around and go the other way, and I get about almost to the end of the aisle, and the guy who was behind her and I basically cross, and the guy was like, "Can you believe that?" And I'm like, "I know, right?" And I, kept going. Like I said, generally 9 times out of 10, that story ends up with me having the asshole thought.
Right.
And I absolutely wasn't the asshole at that time. That's why I had to tell the story.
With any luck, she picked up a good staph infection from that wheelchair. That'll learn her.
That'd be brutal, too, because that'd be on the ass.
Hell yeah.
Oof, MRSA in the ass? Yikes.
That's right. Have a little bacteria eat your ass out. That's a problem.
Yeah, I don't know if you want MRSA tossing your salad.
Probably not.
I'm going to go with no.
No.
Because I've heard it's pretty damn painful.
So it doesn't choose, syrup or jelly like Chris Rock says.
Nope.
It's blood and pus, generally.
Ooh, that is a great band name, but probably not.
I can only hope someone's eating right now while they're listening to this. Hilarious.
Yeah, me too. Or at least drinking something and getting a good spit take.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But
you should all be good out there and make sure you swallow.
Huh. But see, I got another story for you. That's a complete opposite of the asshole scale.
Huh.
I had earlier in the week. I popped on my Xbox to watch some Netflix. You know, and it said my account was suspended. And I'm like, what the fuck? And it said due to like payment, whatever. And the card I gave them was expired, but I've been buying gold cards, so it doesn't really matter. You know?
Oh, you mean your Xbox account?
Yeah,
I thought
yeah,
I was thinking your
because-
Netflix. Sorry.
No, the Xbox. So I couldn't figure it out. I went online, I gave them a new card, nothing was working, right? So I'm like, all right, I'm just going to call tech support and deal with these jerks.
Oh, boy.
Exactly. So I get on phone with this
techies.
dude, and sounded like he was a southern gentleman, you know? Dude, nicest guy I've ever dealt with anywhere on a customer support.
That's amazing.
He's like, I gave him a gamer tag, all the information. He's like, oh, you know what happened is the day you put your gold card in was the day we tried to auto bill you. So you got two accounts going.
Oh, across the streams, right?
So he's like, well, here's what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to take away the charge that we tried to put to your card, and I'm going to delete that card off your account because we couldn't delete it off from the internet.
Nice.
It wouldn't let us. It was the smoothest goddamn experience. It was up running like 5 minutes.
Wow.
I couldn't believe how smooth it was. I just got an email from them the other day like, hey, here's a survey for. I'm going to give the guy a huge rating.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah.
Because
Sure.
when's that ever happened?
Yeah, rarely.
You know?
Yeah. You know, it's odd. I'll go now. I'll take it the opposite way on the asshole
Whoa.
scale. No, not really. But it's just something that
Whiplash.
caught me a little bit humorous. Is I got a new Capital One card in the mail to replace an old one, and
Did it come with Vikings?
unfortunately, no.
Damn it.
I know they never send the Vikings. I'm disappointed. I'd go pillage with them.
Oh,
What
yeah.
the hell? Have some
Yeah.
mead, whatever.
Exactly.
So, so I called because you have to call to activate the thing.
Right.
So I called to activate it, and of course all you want to do is just activate it. And they always have to put you through the spiel of, oh, you need this and this, and you're,
Hey, why don't you sign up for this bullshit?
right. And I always give them the, I'm just like, no, I just want to activate the card. Well, have you seen the Capital One's commercials where it's like,
With the Vikings.
no, not those, the ones where it's like, hello, my name is Peggy guy, and
I've probably fast forwarded through
yeah,
them.
I'm sure you have. The idea is that basically, when you call, it's someone who's in, you're getting the runaround essentially.
Right.
So I call, and this woman had some name that I absolutely have no idea what it was.
Can we call her Tar Leather?
Sure.
Okay.
We'll call her Tarlethia. and anyways, so, and the whole time she's talking to me, I can barely understand her. And in the back of my head, all I can picture is that commercial and my situation. That I would rather have the person who talks like Peggy in the commercials because at least I can understand them.
Right.
And I'm like, how are you advertising that? And then when I call, I'm getting the exact thing that you are telling me I
You're
don't
telling me
get.
I won't get.
Yeah. So I was like, whatever. So.
That sounds about right, though, doesn't it?
Yep.
Yes, indeed.
I agree. All right, so since we've kind of had a tradition here of like a website to go to almost every week, I've gotten them wrong at least twice. So I figure I'm going to have to start maybe putting the link in a tweet so that if anyone's interested, they can find our Twitter, which is salty_language at salty_language. Sorry, that's it. And our email is saltylanguage, all one word, @gmail.com.
Please email us.
Yes, send
We
us.
want to feel loved.
And we're gonna just beg for a second here. Please go on iTunes, rate us, let us know, because we're still really new at this. We're trying to improve.
We do have our Ichiban fan, though.
True.
Matt Stone.
That's right, Mr. Ryan
Ichiban.
Pearson. Yep.
Yes.
Yep. So, anyways, the site for this week is dc52reviews.blogspot.com. And it belongs to a chap that we've known for like 1,000 years or
Long time.
named Eric Palicki, who also writes the funny books off and on, and all around, decent guy. But
Decent, right?
anyone who's interested in comics, him and other folks that he's invited to this blog are going to be reviewing all 52 of DC's relaunch books.
Which is very interesting for you comic fans out there.
Mm-hmm. That's a pretty nice undertaking. The first post is pretty strong about how DC's hyped it up and Eric's views on kind of how he's looking at things going in. So it's well written, So I definitely recommend checking it out.
For
and
sure.
if you don't like comic books, it's the perfect time to jump onto books.
Yeah, with
they're
the reboot.
completely relaunching everything.
Yep.
You know, and so if you're scared away because books were up to like, you know, issue 500 or whatever, you know, get out and give them a go. I mean, I know lots of shops have been doing fancy things. JC, if you spend $26 at his shop, he's giving away a free copy.
26.
It's his 26th anniversary.
Okay, that makes sense.
So if you go to his place, you know, but spend $26, you get a free copy of JLA #1, which is the book that came out this week. We'll do a review of it next week.
You know, it's like, did you like the Batman movies? Everyone did.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it, go read Batman comics because they're better than the movies.
They generally are, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and like I said, they're relaunching it all. They're trying to make things as accessible as possible to everybody. You know, so definitely give his blog a check, and you know, definitely go have a look see at the books. You know, they roll back the prices on not JLA. JLA is still like a $4 book, but they roll back the prices to $2.99 on a lot of the books coming out.
Yeah, that's not terrible.
Yeah.
And
they're, you know, like I said, they're trying to do a fresh take on all of it. Got some exciting teams. If you're into comics, they got some interesting things. You know, then you can. We discussed some costume things before. You can have a look at that yourself. You know.
although if you're fresh to comics, you might not even notice.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, you may not care.
Us old school comic geeks, we notice.
We sure do. Speaking of costume changes, have you seen the new Superman costume for the movie?
Yes, I have, and boy, do I not like it.
Yeah, I'm with you. And, you know, like I've mentioned to you before, you know, I can get over the not having the red underoos on.
Right.
But I don't know. I don't dig there's like lines down the side. It's super tight.
I kind of get the look because it kind of looks like a spacesuit almost.
Right.
You know? But what I don't, and I didn't, I'll be fair, I didn't read the article. I looked at the pictures.
Yeah, well, that's what we all do.
I didn't like the fact there's no cape. I don't know if that means there's going to be CGI cape, maybe.
Yeah, that was something I wondered, too.
Because the cape is very iconic when it comes to Superman.
Yeah, because we're staring at the pictures right now, and there's absolutely no capes.
Yeah. God damn it, that is a little too tight. That is a well-defined package.
Whoa, settle down, my friend.
What?
See, yeah, because I kind of don't get what all there's like these silver lines around the waist and like where his belt would be, and I kind of, again...
I'm not a fan.
I mean, there is always a potential, I guess, and someone mentioned this about Jim Lee's redesign in the like JLA and Superman in the relaunch, that maybe there's potential that this is like something he uses as kind of a throwback to Krypton.
Right.
And maybe they don't use it for the whole thing.
See, that I could see, because it does look very, like I said, it looks very futuristic.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like he just stepped off a spaceship.
Yeah, it really does.
You know?
It really reminds you of something you'd see.
Although he's got the same boots.
Yeah, it is odd that they kept the boots.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, the Superman S is...
is it just me?
It's a little stylized.
Has he got, like, something on his forearms, a la Batman?
Yeah, he's got, like, cuffs on there. They actually, if you want to think of any character that they kind of remind me of, it's like half Batman, half Wonder Woman, I think, because they're...
Oh, yeah, it goes to those other kind of, like, bracers.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yep. So we'll, on our... whether it's on our Twitter or our Facebook, which you can also find, because if you go on Facebook and type in Salty Language, I believe we come up. Correct?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Like us on Facebook too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll put the pictures up somewhere.
Is it just me, or is in that very top picture for that dope in the background with his boots on? Is Superman just staring at the crotch of the guy in the blue pants?
Yeah, you'd think the other guy would be staring at his crotch.
That's a little distracting.
That's a really snug costume.
Oh boy, is it! Even blue short guy. Yeah, from back here, he looks like he's Jewish.
All I'm saying is, I was just going to say, we're going to know whether or not he's the uncut Man of Steel. Well, you can't cut through that unless you have the right kind of...
you need a kryptonite... God damn it, I can't speak.
A kryptonite.
Yes, kryptonite armed moil to take care of that.
Oh, my God. Now, that's a comic waiting to happen.
That is.
Oh, my God. Superman's bris. Oh, my goodness.
Shit.
Today you'll be... Oh, and then his bar mitzvah obviously would be later.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
So that'd be fantastic as well.
I can't wait.
Today
someone needs to get on this immediately.
I agree.
He doesn't have the spit curl. He's got the payas hanging down on each side.
They can just be like an S shape on the sides
That
instead.
would be spectacular.
Or the spit curls just hanging out from under his hats. And we better be careful. We don't want to delve into making
Too
fun of
much
any
more.
sort of a religion or anything. 'Cause we're not about that.
No, not at all. But it's funny every once in a while.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, I just I don't like that costume though. I'll be honest.
Yeah, it was really when I saw it the first time. It was at a distance, and I saw the kind of dark blue, and I was like, okay, it feels a little more traditional. And then I was like, but it's like, but Bryan Singer did the dark blue costume, but I didn't like how it had like the scales on it or whatever.
Yeah, that was a weird look.
And I was like, damn it! I was like, why can't they just make damn Superman costume what it is? But then I heard they took his underbritches off of him because they were changing it in the book. So, and again, I can.
Missed him.
It's probably true.
Yeah.
And you got to imagine what a Kryptonian shit must be like.
Oof.
Yeah.
Problems.
I can't imagine there's a toilet that can contain it. He's probably got to sit on a kryptonite toilet to shit. Otherwise, it would just destroy the toilet.
No amount of OxyClean takes that out.
I'm saying, I don't think Clorox is going to fight that battle.
No.
Those scrubbing bubbles are just running and hiding.
God, I hate those scrubbing bubbles.
They don't want any part of that.
They kind of look like Alan Moore, though.
They do. Mr. Clean's like, I don't think so. I'm going to go back to hating people that aren't like me.
Yes, and yes.
All right. Well, enough about Superman. So, all right. So we started last week. We started throwing out some like news things, and a couple of the people I've talked to seem to enjoy those. So I think that's going to become a regular deal here.
Yeah, it's fun to talk about too. Let's be
and
perfectly honest.
I'll tell you, and it's not hard to find really odd stories. Sometimes just the headline alone is the best part. Kind of like that one last week with the limousine. It really caught my mind because it was talking about a limousine and a streaker.
Right.
And I was like, fuzz a who? So, what do you think? I guess we'll start with this one. So, you told me you hadn't seen this.
No, I had not.
Yeah, and it's, JCPenney had a shirt on their site that was it said, the title on here says, Girl 716, too pretty to do homework. So the shirt actually says, I'm too pretty to do homework, so my brother has to do it for me. And
that's interesting.
Yeah, this really reeks of something from a long time ago where it's like, math is hard, tee.
Although, it's odd. I'm not saying the shirt's great. But there's been a definite, churn in, everything advertising lately that men are retarded and can't do anything right.
You're right.
This is a churn where it's like, my brother does my homework.
Yeah.
So, I can get behind the, hey, this guy's smart kind of thing.
I'll give you that.
But all in all, the shirt's terrible.
Yeah, it's really awful. I mean, would you let your daughter wear that?
Fuck
no, right? Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like, stop it.
Yeah.
When I first read this, now what's really funny is that
the shirt looks like garbage too.
Yeah.
How many different fonts are in there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh crap! I didn't mean to hit that.
Oh.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, there's every line's almost a different font.
Oh yeah, it
looks
horrible.
terrible.
Yeah, it's now the funny part is this picture that I'm looking at right now, which is a screen cap from JCPenney, because in the world we live in now, if you see something like this, you have to capture the image because it's coming down.
Well, yeah,
of
course.
What's funny to me is this feels like something that Abercrombie type stuff's gotten in trouble for, except theirs is more like, whoa, you're trying to make little girls too
more
sexy.
Sexual. Yeah.
This way, it's like, hey, women are dumb, kind of a thing, which is obviously not true. But now the funniest part of this story to me is that JCPenney's response to this was that they were like, oh, we don't know how this got on our website.
Of course.
We don't know how, or not on our website. We don't know how this could have happened. We give money all the time to, kids' charities and whatever,
That's what they call throwing out chaff.
Oh, no shit.
Chaff.
Yeah,
hopefully they won't get to us.
Yeah, this is definitely trying to keep people.
Anyone saying that I don't know how it happened to get on my website, someone that works for you knows how that got on your website.
We're not talking about, Bob and Shekels, children's clothing shop.
Right.
We're fucking talking about JCPenney. I'm pretty sure there's how many people touch this topic, or not this topic, but it's like someone orders it, someone sees it, it's received somewhere, They have to photograph it, someone's got to put it on the website, blah, blah, blah. Really, nobody at all saw this shirt and was like, slow down, we're not such a big fan of this.
Now, if you went and talked to Steve Penny, head of JCPenney.
Naturally. Now, real quick, it could have been a very sexist buyer, I guess.
Well, that's true,
Maybe
too.
it's some, misogynist or something, and he was like, fuck that, It's like, women are dumb, this shirt's great, and then orders like 1 billion of them.
Well, why wouldn't you?
Mm-hmm.
But no, if you go to the top of the company, he'd probably say, I don't know how it happened, because he's got nothing to do with it.
Sure. Or he'll pull the other side, like, the head of BP with the oil spill.
Well, that's true.
We're sorry.
Whoops-a-daisy.
I don't know if you've seen that South Park or not.
Yes, it's
yeah,
great.
We're sorry, and all through, yeah. So, I don't know. It's just, I think the part that irritates me the most is, first of all, it was stupid, but second of all, a corporation just does what they do.
Yeah.
No one wants to fucking take responsibility, rather than just going, at least Abercrombie, when they do shit, like when they put out like the push-up bra for little girls or whatever, they at least were like, oh, we're doing it so that it helps the ones that have low self-esteem or something. We know it's bullshit, but at least they try.
Right.
It's like, look, if you're gonna hand me a dog turd, at least have the decency to spray it gold first.
Right.
Right. That's all I'm asking.
That was just them panicking. Oh, we don't know what happened.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Oh God.
And of course, it's off the website. Now, the picture we were also looking at, I don't know if you noticed, it showed it being on sale from $16.99 down to $9.99, which makes me wonder if they were hoping they could clearance them out real quietly, or what the goal there was.
Well, who's buying that shirt?
Yeah.
I wouldn't touch. It's probably some white trash idiot. Oh, this shirt's terrific.
Yeah,
My Little Princess.
I saw one site that actually had gone through and made up a bunch of other shirts that were just comedy ones, and some of them were pretty funny, but they're all just really like sexist and stuff. Basically, of course, lampooning how awful this shirt is,
right.
And I was like, see, if it was done in that context, I don't know. Like if you had a bunch of stereotypes on a shirt and somehow were twisting it around, like I don't know, if you had a giant fucking giant X against it, and it says, I'm smart, I don't know, whatever. But you get my point. If they were using it as some sort of actual empowerment thing, maybe you could get behind it. That's clearly not the case.
Not at all.
No. They're just being dicks.
Ugh.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes.
Oh, damn it. So, JCPenney's description of this actually also says, who has time for homework when there's a new Justin Bieber album out?
Ugh.
She'll love this tea that's just as cute and sassy as she is.
And that's the problem with kids these days, if I want to sound like that old guy.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, here we go. Spokesperson Anne-Marie Bishop from JCPenney told ABC News, we've immediately discontinued sales of that T-shirt. It was only online. We agreed that the shirt does not deliver an appropriate message. So nobody read the shirt?
I guess
See
not.
what I mean? It's like, come on, stop handing us these turds.
Yeah.
Just say, hey, we fucked up.
No, they can't do that.
I know.
They can't be held accountable for anything.
You know what, though? There's no lawsuit here.
It's never their fault.
You know what I mean? I don't think there's any litigation. I don't think that anyone can make any money suing them.
I wouldn't think so.
You know what I mean? So it's like, fuck it. If you can't be sued, just own it.
Yeah. Ugh.
Honest. I mean, I have a very much of a, if you're a piece of shit, own that you're a piece of shit kind of thing. Is why we both openly admit that we're assholes.
Well, you'll have that.
That way everyone knows what to expect from
Exactly.
us.
They know what we're dealing with.
Yep.
It's like, this is my pet king cobra. He doesn't bite at all, but then he bites you. It's like, just tell me he bites, goddammit.
Yeah. It's what is it? Is it Chris Rock that said that about the tiger?
Yes.
Where it's like, the tiger attacked me and he's whatever. It's like, no, he's the tiger's being a tiger.
Tiger's being a tiger.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
That's what he's supposed to do, is attack people.
Well, judging by the link he pulled up, next we're going to talk about the Star Wars Blu-rays, which is very angering to me.
It is to me, too, even though I'm not a giant. I am in no way.
Here's what annoys me.
It's some crap.
Yeah, exactly. We don't, I haven't bought the DVDs yet because I'm like, hey, I saw them on sale. I was going to buy them. I was like, oh shit, Blu-ray comes out in like 6 months.
Right.
And we got Blu-ray, but I'll wait for the Blu-rays.
Mm-hmm. You and like everyone
Until
else, but
now.
soiling their pants waiting for these too.
Until this bullshit from that chinless, bouffant-headed retard.
I think that's what it says on his business card underneath owner of you.
Yeah, exactly. It should also say, destroyer of childhood dreams and memories.
Yes, totally. So, for those who don't know, much like he did when they released them back on
I got
VHS.
an idea. Hand shoot second.
Yeah, when they did those, much like those, George Lucas decided that he was going to go through and make some, I'm air quoting here, improvements on these. And before I tell you what exactly he did, I have one thing to say, and it's like, I don't understand if he's going to do these, why he can't put a version on the discs that's
of the originals.
Yeah, maybe they will. I don't know,
dude. I doubt it.
Me too, because he's going to say, this is my vision or whatever.
Yeah,
which
exactly.
is a low. Like, all right, well, here we'll start with one right here. The Ewoks blink. Ewoks didn't blink apparently. I never noticed because I never gave a shit. Because every time I saw them, all I wanted to do was make scarves out of them.
I'll be the first to say, fuck the Ewoks in
Go
their
for it.
stupid mouths. But they should not blink.
I agree.
Because it is different than the original movie. God damn it.
I'm with a lot of people online. I think it's going to be fucking creepy seeing them blink now.
Yeah.
Because that's, whatever.
It took me long enough to get over them not blinking.
True.
Now I gotta get...
I never noticed, but...
Although, great pleasure in Star Wars Battlefront on the old, Xbox, playing on Endor and sniping Ewoks. That was always a good time.
You probably weren't supposed to be either.
No, they were on the Rebels, so you could take them.
Yeah, fair enough.
But, that was
whatever.
fun.
Any chance to shoot an Ewok, I'm in.
Hearing her shitty scream as they died. Yeah, it was great.
Did you have to rub, Ewok urine on you before you do it?
Take some of her teeth and rub them together.
Right. They just come running out. I don't even remember what sound they made.
I don't remember either.
Yeah. Whatever. They can go to hell. They are
Yub.
They are Endor's little punchlines.
Yes, indeed.
So the next one is Jabba's palace door is now ridiculously huge. That one, I don't give a shit. Does this really make a difference?
Not really, because I'm thinking of the scene where you see it, and it's they'll probably have a zoomed out scene where R2 and C-3PO are going towards the door. Yeah. Before it was kind of a tight shot deal. Mm-hmm. But there's no difference there.
Yeah, that one that was one of those ones that you're just like, whatever. Who
cares? Had that eyeball thing that came out of the wall. Looked like the alien in the ship in the Last Navigator, whatever that movie was.
Whoa.
Remember that?
Wow, nice. Is that available on Netflix and
It might be. I might have to look it up.
They need to sponsor us.
Yeah, I agree.
So the next one is, where is it? R2-D2's rock covering on Tatooine is now physically impossible for him to get into. I don't remember this.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, me either. So, moving on?
Yeah. I'm sure when I see it, I'll be angry, though.
Right. Fair enough. Well, you'll just be angry anyways, because we both are angry, all the time.
Well, but you know what I'm saying.
No.
Yeah. George Lucas is, with this Blu-ray, is having sex with my eye sockets. It's not good.
Yeah, he'll do that.
Ugh.
He seems to enjoy that a lot with people. I'm just kind of glad that he's essentially not made any movies in a while.
Yeah, exactly.
And instead, he's just decided to just skullfuck everyone.
If he makes anything non-Star Wars, it bombs, basically.
That's true.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's done some other stuff.
American Graffiti.
American Graffiti is a fantastic film.
It is, but that was when he was young and had vision.
That's also true.
Now he's got you see him sit down, his one side's all up in the air. It's because of his fat-ass wallet.
That's true.
It's
true, because I've never seen something that amazes me maybe more than how many times they've put out the exact same Star Wars toys, and people will gobble them up every time. And they barely change anything. They're like, oh, new sculpt, and they'll have a better nose than the last one. And I gotta have it. It's a better one.
Dude,
it's
I used to be there. You know?
I never was. Again, I collect toys and stuff. But I was never. Star Wars is just never really. I don't know what it is.
Thing?
I think it's because I'm not a big sci-fi guy.
See,
I think.
I love
I'm
sci-fi.
cool with it, but I've just never been like. And again, I was always more of a Trekkie. I was always more Star Trek. So,
right.
Whatever. All right. So the next one's Obi-Wan's dragon call that scares off the Sand People is. I guess it's very loud or whatever, so I guess it sounds much different now. I guess somehow they have a different dub of it, or they made it louder or something.
I'm sure they did something stupid.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, I won't be impressed.
Yeah. Maybe he's, Alec Guinness was helicoptering his dick around while he's doing it or something.
Helicopter. Sand People runs away. Old man dick.
Yeah, because as he's doing it, basically, at some point, his dick gets under the sand, and then it's like something from Dune.
Sandworm!
All right, moving on.
Feel our vibrations.
This is the one that I think bothered me most, aside from the Ewoks, and that's that they've completely made Yoda CG in the Phantom Menace now. And I was like,
Why would you do that?
What bothers me, well, I think what he's doing is part of, I think some of the stuff they used in Phantom Menace is old footage. So they had some where Yoda was CG and some where he wasn't. So I think they made it consistent. But
If they make Yoda CGI in, like, Empire and Return of Jedi, I'll be fucking pissed.
see, that's actually where I was going to go is why did he only do it in, like, why didn't he extend that into, I don't want him to. I'm just asking the question of why didn't he just do it across all the movies?
Maybe he realized if he did that, he'd be hunkered down taking a giant shit on Jim Henson.
Maybe.
You know?
Maybe. Because I was going to say otherwise, it's like, I thought you were going to say a giant shit on Star Wars fans, and I was like, dude, he doesn't care.
No, he doesn't. He just...
No one can penetrate his base.
No.
You know, he's got stormtroopers all around
he
that
don't,
motherfucker.
He don't care what the fans think
He's
anymore.
probably got AT-ATs, you know, protecting it and shit. You know,
that'd be something to see, actually.
that would actually be pretty cool, yeah. Skywalker Ranch, and there's just these AT-ATs walking around. Kind of reminds you of, like, you know, the scene in Jurassic Park when they first are flying to the island. They see the, like, T-Rex going through there, you know.
Right. Yeah, oof. I don't know about that. The one that pissed me off the most was the scene that I see on your computer right now.
Oh, I forgot that one. You're right.
Where it's at the end of Return of Jedi, when, you know, the Emperor's like, you know, hey, you can join me or you can't join me. Luke's like, fuck you. And he's like, all right. And he just starts zapping him with lightning bolts.
Nice.
And as he's zapping him, you remember last episode, I think it was, we're talking about horror movies, how when your mind is thinking about it, you know,
yes.
If you don't show it a kill, it's a little more intense for some reason.
Absolutely.
Well, you know, in the old movie, you just see Vader doing his thing, just nodding his dopey head back and forth.
Right.
In this one, he goes, no, and then picks him up and throws him down the shaft.
Yeah.
Now, without the sound, you know, I think it's a little, you know, because he's looking at it like, oh, shit, that's my son, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
You kind of think
that's
what
the
he's
creepy
thinking.
old sugar daddy. Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And now, you know, no, oh, God.
Yeah, it takes that. There's no dilemma when he just says no, because, I mean, I guess unless you were like, well, maybe his, you know, him saying no is his dilemma between the two, but all I have to say to that is no.
Yeah, like I liked episode 3. It was all right.
Mm-hmm.
The one, you know, where he finally kills all the Jedis and becomes Vader.
Oh, I thought you meant episode 3 of our podcast where we reviewed the Almighty Thor.
Well, that was fucking amazing.
It was.
But I thought it was decent of the prequels they made until the very end of the no.
Yeah, and then they decided to put that in.
And then it put the same goddamn thing. I had to douche chill so bad when I watched this last night.
And it's amazing because a lot of people complained about that exact thing. And it's almost like he, like, trolls the forums of Star Wars sites, and he's like, what do they not want?
Oh, what do these fans not want me to do?
He's
as
like,
I
well,
stroke my non-existent chin.
He's like, I figure pretty much the way Lucas looks at it is he was like, okay, world, here's Jar Jar Binks. And when people didn't immediately stop, when the fans didn't immediately go, fuck you, we're not putting any more money into your wallet, he was like, I can bend you over and I can ram anything I want up your ass and you will ask me for more.
Here's the problem.
And he's 100% right. Because you know the Blu-rays, they're going to sell the shit out of them.
Like fucking hotcakes.
And everyone right now is bitching about it. Now, again, it's on the internet, so, you know, that's all there is. There's just bitching or praise. There's no middle ground.
There's time for them to, well, see, they're supposed to come out in September, so it's right around the corner.
Mm-hmm. They're probably
There's time for them
pressed.
to change it, but I doubt it.
Yeah.
You know?
I'd be shocked if he did.
But the problem is with Lucas is, you know, all his little Star Wars fans are like fucking crackheads. He's got the best crack on the block.
That's what I'm saying.
He can beat the shit out of them. They'll come back for more.
That's what I'm saying. You know, it's, you know, he can stick his dick anywhere he wants, and they'll be like, thank you, sir, may I have another?
Exactly. Like, oh, you didn't get my ear this time, Mr. Lucas. Zip.
You don't need that eye anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that was a fail.
Geez.
That's a Kelly fail right there.
Oh, jeez.
I just put a giant noise in the microphone.
Oh,
it was supposed to be a... what are you going to do?
God, that just is not good.
Oh, well, speaking of not good, we'll move on to our next story. And the next story is ESPN did a story earlier in the week.
We need to make sure we put this.
I will. I'm actually going to link I'm actually thinking I'll just link the stories I use so people can get our reference points.
Good call.
use it as a guide, if you will.
Right.
Maybe we'll tell him. Maybe we won't. ESPN puts up a story about Michael Vick and how Michael Vick, has emerged from the dog drowning and whatnot that he did
Right.
to, come out the other end of it and not only play football again, but be good at it, get a $100 million contract.
Crazy, huh?
You
Although
know?
I bet you that's going to hurt his image in Philly. They're probably going to hate him because of that.
Yeah, that wouldn't
But Philly
surprise
hates
me.
everybody.
Or who knows? I mean, a lot of it depends on if the team wins the Super Bowl.
That's
there it is,
true.
right?
The first time he throws an interception, fucking batteries are going to be winged at him and dog collars and who knows what else.
It's like I've heard. I think it's Mike Golick, but I don't know who said this the first time. But the best deodorant is winning.
Well,
no
that's
matter how
true.
bad you stink, you smell great after you win. Roethlisberger's a great example of that too.
Yeah.
After the garbage he's been through, allegedly.
Allegedly.
He gets into the. Team gets back to the Super Bowl and no one's talking about it
Nope,
anymore.
not at all.
Anyways, the story about Vic is talking about, it's asking the question of if Vic were a white quarterback, would he go through the same scrutiny that he went through being a black quarterback?
Sure.
And they had somebody, and it looks like what they did was that they took a picture of Vic in Madden and just made him white.
You're probably right.
It looks a whole lot like what he looks like in Madden, except, like I said, they made him white. And they might have done that in Photoshop or something, or who knows, maybe they just did it in Madden. I don't really know.
There's got to be, if that's from an actual picture, there's got to be a side-to-side. Some idiot on the internet has had to have found the original by now.
That's a good point. I don't know. I have not looked.
Have to do a little Googling.
But they, I don't know. I mean, I think if a white quarterback did that, I think they actually might be held to a completely different level of scrutiny. And the reason I say that is because white people seem to look at animals as part of the family.
Yep.
And you've heard tons of comedians like George Lopez, who, I mean, he's not black, but he's, Latino. But you've heard different comedians over time talk about how the family dog was a dog. In fact, George Lopez actually makes a comment about his dog and said something about, like, his dog ran away and he was crying, I believe. And, like, his grandpa or his grandma or something was like, whatever, we'll just get another one.
Right.
Like, there's one right over there kind of a
get
thing. Yeah, that's basically how they view it. And, and Michael Vick said he was brought up in that dog fighting is part of that culture. I don't understand it. I don't agree with it.
Right.
Most people don't. But whatever. But if he was a white quarterback, a lot of white people would be kind of like, how could you? Just the same as they did with Vic.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't know. And the difference would be that the white quarterback wouldn't really have that culture thing to hide behind as much.
Yeah, to fall back on.
Yeah.
Like, well,
And I'm not calling bunk on any of what Vic said because it's probably, I've heard other athletes make the same comments.
Well, yeah, it's like it's a southern black thing. Is dog fighting, it seems like.
Yeah.
You know?
And it just seems to be a normal kind of thing. And it's horrible. It's sad that they do that with the animals, but there it is. It's happened. Hopefully he'll do nothing but good as far as animals go going forward. Otherwise, I don't know, well, he'll get his. Whatever.
Right.
Somewhere along the line, something will get him. Some dog will bite his ass or something.
Yeah.
Player from,
justice, right?
Yeah, maybe he'll get hurt by a player from the Browns or something,
That probably won't happen.
Nah. They got to get to him first.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying.
But anyways, so them making him white just set off huge racial fire. And ESPN took the picture down, which on one hand really bothers me because the story that they wrote, and again, I'm a white dude, I'm a crusty white man, but the story they wrote, I don't think is a story that there's nothing wrong with writing the story. Now, making him white, I mean, it's part of the story, but at the same time, I totally understand why people would be mad that they made him white. But they didn't, I don't know, they didn't imply that he needs to become white, that white is better. They're actually just asking the question.
They're just posing it.
Yeah, so, and for them to take it down to me, you're backing away from First Amendment shit there.
Well, anytime anything, race comes up, it makes people scared as hell.
And it should. But you should have to talk. It should make you want to talk about it.
Yeah, there should be open talk about it because
we're things will never get better if we just keep avoiding it.
Yeah, nope, not at all. Now, if they were saying something like, You know, wouldn't Vic be so much better if he was a white quarterback?
Yeah.
That would be completely
And honestly,
different.
you could take it, I bet it, if you went in with that mindset and read that column, I bet you could read it that way
I'm sure.
if you wanted.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's not what they meant. You know, because, you know, you can read the intent in the article. It's really not meant that way. It really is just trying to find
But a site as
open a
big as
discussion, essentially.
ESPN I wouldn't think they would have, you know, put on an article that's like, hey, he'd be great if he was white.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's all kinds of third-party sites that have no problem doing that.
True.
They're probably already there.
Yeah, it's probably true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I know it stirred up a shitstorm of controversy.
It really did. They took the story down, and people started then asking, "Why are you taking it down?"
Yeah.
Because
What are you scared of?
Yeah, they said they stood behind the story. And it's like, well, if you stand behind the story, put it back up.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and it's like, listen, if you wanted to take the picture down and say, hey, we're just going to put the story up without the picture because the story has its own merit.
The picture makes me laugh every time I see it.
I know yeah, you know, but I could see that.
Yeah.
You know, that makes sense. Okay, well, you know, we don't want to offend anybody with the picture, but the story by itself is a good story, and you know, it's fairly well written, whether you do or don't agree with it. You know,
Right.
But the picture is like, really, you know, I don't know. I just kind of think it was humorous that someone thought that was a good idea to begin with.
Well, that was definitely a fail dozer rolling
it
through
sure
and taking
was.
everything out.
Sure was. And it's amazing how these giant corporations never seem, and they've got tons of people. You'd think somebody on that team in that room somewhere, you'd think, if nothing else, if you were a giant corporation like that, you would have a sensitivity manager.
Well,
You know?
in the little bit of corporate nonsense that I do, thank God I'm on the road most of the time. But a lot of people that do shit like this are just surrounded by suck dicks and yes men.
That's true.
You know?
Yeah. But you know what I mean? It's like every place has got their PR people that, you know, will tell you if something's offensive or what have you. And
The lawyers.
right.
Yeah.
Or don't get me wrong. You know, if you take a room of crusty old people and they're trying to make some product for young kids, you know, you got a bunch of 60-year-olds trying to sit around and figure out why Tab is not as popular as it used to be.
You kids in your Pac-Man video games and hula hoops.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's like, well, why aren't these things popular? And it's like, they were in your day, but, you know, every generation has their thing. And I don't know. I'm just
We don't
surprised.
run down the road with a wooden hoop and a stick anymore, sir.
I do.
Oh, well, okay.
You know, most people don't, but I still find it relaxing and entertaining.
This is great. After this, I'm going to ride my bike with the really big front wheel.
So,
Like, where do you get a tube for that?
yeah, I mean,
Special order.
I go over and, you know, see the soda jerk and get me a phosphate. And
That's right. Get yourself a tonic.
I do. What of it?
Ah, yes.
Go get me some snake oil, and
Hell yeah. I like it.
that's how we get it done, you know?
That's right, damn it. Old school. When we say old school, we mean old school.
Yes. Yeah, we're not fooling around.
Hell no. You got anything else on your agenda here?
No, I think that wraps those stories up. But
Yeah,
you know,
right on.
Yeah, it's been pretty good. So, what do you think? Think we'll hit Hobo with Shotgun next time?
I think so.
I think we should.
I went by to my queue the other day, and I was like, I almost watched it.
Mhm.
But then I realized I wanted to watch something kind of entertaining.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Our friend Garrett has assured me that we will enjoy watching this film.
I saw that. I'm sure
Yep.
he shares a lot of same sense of humor. Has he moved yet?
I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
But
that's not important. No one cares.
exactly. But
I mean, hey, Garrett.
I've actually been watching Larry Sanders a lot lately
Yeah, that's something I mean to get
because
to.
it is fucking funny. I've always liked Gary Shandling.
Yeah, I don't know. I've heard he's kind of weird now. I guess he's on like his spiritual.
Did you see him
path.
in Iron Man? Iron Man 2? He plays a senator.
I haven't watched that yet.
Oh my god, it looks like someone hooked him to an air compressor.
Well, that happens.
He's got a fat head in that.
Well, yeah.
He always had a fat head, but it's even fatter now.
Yeah. I always think you didn't notice before because of his hair. Like he had that.
He has it really cut short.
Well, that's
it's
what
almost got your hair, dude. Like
that's
the
what I'm
close
saying.
crop,
Is in the old days he had bigger hair, so you didn't notice how big his head was.
If you put him in a yellow chair, he'd be MODOK. You know?
Nice.
Yeah. Which not everyone's going to get that, but if you
Tough.
don't get it, I don't know what to tell you.
Hey, you know what? When I was growing up and I'd read a book, because, you know, that's what we did in those days.
What?
We didn't have the inner tubes.
I
So
read if they popped out of me.
That's true.
It's very exciting.
Well, we did have inner tubes. We just used them to go down hills in the winter.
That's
but
cool.
anyways, in those days, you know, I'd read me a book, and if I didn't know what a word was, my mom would always tell me, get a dictionary, look it up.
Yep.
You know, which is a policy that I'm still very big on, except I use dictionary.com now. But
guess what guy in that room does that to his kids? Right here.
yeah, good, because that's a practice that
What's
should
this mean, Dad? Go look in dictionary. You got a dictionary.
Yep. You know what? And even if you're online and you don't know, again, dictionary.com.
Oh, yeah.
There you go, right? So, I completely forgot what I was going to say.
So we started with MODOK, and then we started talking about words we didn't know.
Oh, there you go. All right. I'm back. All right. So, anyway, you know, anytime you hear something you don't know about on ours, there's two sites that I would highly recommend you use. The first is Google. The second would be Wikipedia. Because a lot of the stuff we probably reference...
What about meat spin?
Nice. Probably not. Probably
you
not.
spin me right. Oof.
Yeah.
I fell for that.
Yeah, well,
Never
there you
again.
go. No, yeah. That's that. It's like being rickrolled, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except with, well,
Yeah.
if you want to experience it, go to meat spin. You'll figure it out in a real hurry.
I don't recommend it, but apparently it gets, you know, one trouser 10 up from Tony. So we'll have Hobo with Shotgun next time.
Yes.
We'll have a review of the new JLA book.
Sounds good.
Mayhap will even have Action Comics #1, I believe, comes out next week.
Punch and pie?
I wish.
Me
I
too.
could go for some pie.
Mm-hmm. Dude, it's almost apple season.
True.
Right around the corner.
Punch can go right to hell, though.
We look like we're trying to go on, some sort of survival thing when we go get apples. Loads of them.
Loads of them, you say. You just take a big tarp with you.
Dude, it seems like every year we buy more.
Tie it to the back of the vehicle and just drag them down the street.
Yes. So it looks like Just Married, but not.
Except with apples.
With
That wouldn't last very long.
No, it's road applesauce, I guess.
It's true.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, yeah.
Road apples. Ugh.
Ugh. Yeah, I don't know about that. So, again, hit us up. saltylanguage@gmail.com.
Salty language _ or son of a bitch.
Yeah, you're all over.
@salty_language for the Twitter. God damn it.
I know. Boy, the fail dozer is just crushing us this week.
It is crushing us hardcore.
Yep. Again,
like us on Facebook.
Right.
We got a blog.
Yep. Yeah, we're all over the inner tubes.
We don't really promote the blog. We really got to start putting some shit on the blog.
Yeah, I haven't really been doing much. All I've been doing is just saying, hey, there's a new episode.
I added the little widget so you can stream off of it.
Fair. There you go. You can stream off of there now.
Yeah.
We put up links every week for if you need to direct download us because you're not part of the Apple Collective.
Right. What else do? We do all kinds of good shit for these people.
We're all over the place. Seriously, if no other reason, you got to follow us on Twitter or Facebook because my man here puts up some crazy coming soon things or very stuff to promote. That's what we didn't do this week.
What's that?
We didn't name the studio.
Oh, damn it.
Since we're at this point of the show, I guess we'll just use Shameless Plug Studios.
Shameless Plug Studios it is.
Yeah, because what are you going to do? Because, yeah. Boy, seriously, Failed Dozer's killing us.
Well,
Man, I hope we have a permit for this.
Nah.
No?
We don't need no goddamn
So we just drive
permits.
up to the Home Depot and use illegals? Is that what you're saying?
I guess.
I'm not saying we are, but I'm not saying we don't.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. So, yeah, we'll have some more wacky stories. If you see a wacky story you think we should share, hit us up on one of the things we've already pimped.
Yeah, for the love of God, send us some stuff.
Yeah.
We really want to do some life coaching.
We really do. So if you know somebody, here's the thing. If you have a question in your life that's like, some silly thing, if you've got something on, or a friend has asked you a question, that's just some crazy something, hit us with it. We'll go over it.
Because we're very knowledgeable.
Yes, we are. We are not in any way, professional life coaches. But honestly, neither are the life coaches because they're full of shit.
And we won't hold back.
No, not at all. We'll tell you how it needs to be.
Make it entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's what it's all about.
So yeah, any sort of input would be much appreciated.
That's a lot of plugs right there.
Shameless Plug Studios.
It is. I tell you.
That's right.
Whew. Man, we have any more plugs, we're going to be like Jeremy Piven. Whew.
Good point.
Allegedly.
Whatever. And Kendall.
Nice.
Oh, you know what? Speaking of that, I think I decided I'm bringing my hair back for the winter.
Oh, that's trouble.
It's been,
Afro?
I don't know.
You should go. Like, just bust out the fucking
I'm
giant
thinking I'm bringing my hair back. I'm thinking about bearding it up a little bit.
Oh, bearding it up.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking going the other way. I was actually thinking of, losing the mustache for the winter.
Right. Well, see, I
Seems like a great time to go less
I had a
facial hair.
luxurious stash.
You did.
Until I went to trim it, I took a big chunk out of it.
Yeah, I do
Did
that
I
a
talk
lot.
about this already? I feel like I'm having deja vu.
I don't know.
But
Whatever.
it was either go with the Hitler or take it off. So
Should have went with the
I
Hitler.
went with the Hitler.
you are no Michael Jordan, that's
No,
for sure.
I don't think I could pull it off.
Probably
You know?
not.
Especially with the shaved neo-Nazi head I had
Yeah,
going on
it's
and-
gonna be. You can't even go with the Chaplin impression because
No.
unless you're wearing the hat.
That's true.
If you're wearing the hat and the suit and everything, spinning the
Little
cane
cane
around or
and
doing the
whatnot.
little. Oh no, that was Buster Keaton, I believe. I don't think that was Chaplin. Whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways.
Either way, I couldn't pull it off.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna because it's been so long since I've had hair.
I know.
I don't even know what it looks like.
I would love to bring mine back,
So I'm
but
gonna
I'm
see
going to
what
have to go
happens.
see Bosley or the Hair Club for Men to do that.
Rub some shit in there.
Unfortunately,
Get some of that
it's-
snake oil.
You're right. Maybe that'll. I bet you there's a good chance it will grow hair. Yee. Probably out of the giant freaking growth that you get on your back from it.
Is that a twin on your back?
Yeah.
What's growing there?
Seriously, to get a bra for your back, Oof. Just fucking walking around.
It's got to be one of those nursing bras, though, where the front flips open so you can drain it every once in a while.
Oh yeah, I already got some of the. That's disgusting.
But hilarious.
What's really disgusting would be if you squeeze it and you get milk. Oh,
Oh, God.
oh man, that's pretty awful.
That is awful.
Oh.
Like, I'm a little sore. Could you milk my back?
That's been salty language for this week. I'm Brian.
And I'm Tony.
Have a beer, you'll be fine.
Damn straight.